Part one of our demo today will be a background effect that I want to show you how to do this. And with all of these demonstration things, it's not a matter, I don't know if you'll like them or not, but I'm going to show you how to do them. Alright, so here it's kind of a plaid looking background. Alright, how did I accomplish that? Let's do a quick run through here. I'm going to go to Bridge. Well, first of all, I'm going to make a new document just to give me something to work with here. So I'll just do a 1200 by 900 new document. And we'll start with that. Now I'm going to Bridge, and this probably works the best with some kind of colorful photo. But you could try it with pretty much anything. I've got this image of some Skittles that I've downloaded, so I'm going to use that. This is a selection trick, so I'm going to the rectangular marquee tool, and I'm going to start with the single row marquee. We haven't done this one. So I'm going to use single row marquee. I will move out into the picture of the Skittles and click once anywhere in the document, wherever you feel like you would like to. You'll see a very thin selection occur right there, very thin. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. I'm using keyboard shortcuts, Control C. I'll move over to my document that I made and I'll paste it, Control V. Now, again, you'll have to look closely, but it's you can see it. It's a very thin selection. Now what I'm going to do is transform that. I'm going to do Control T, and I'll go ahead and stretch it up this way and down this way, and we get that kind of thing. A little delay on the refresh there. Sorry about that. Now what we've done is I took just a slice of those Skittles, and now I'm stretching them out so we get these streaks of color. Now again, you look at that and you think, I don't know if I like that for a background, but you could drop the opacity of that and make it a little less vivid. And certainly what you have in the background here is going to come into play. Right now this is a white background. What if I had something different like a gradient in the background? You can see that you couldn't see me actually driving, but you can see on my background layer I just added a gradient. And then if I start playing with opacity or blend modes, gosh, you'll get some very different looking kinds of results. Alright, so I could drop that blend mode down a little bit, or drop the opacity down, or I could try different blend modes, and I certainly will get different kinds of things happening here. There's a hard mix blend mode right there, and I could drop the opacity some. Alright, now another little twist on this idea is if I go back to the Skittles picture and I'm going to deselect, you saw that there's another single marquee tool. There's a single row and a single column. Well, that's just a matter of it going a different direction. If I take the single column marquee tool and I click once, it makes a very thin selection once again. It's going vertically up and down, so I'm going to copy that. I'll bring it over to my document here and I'll paste it. And it's very hard to see right now, but I'm going to transform it, Control T to transform, and when I stretch this out, it probably isn't going to refresh right away, but we'll get it here. There we go. Same idea as what we had going on before, except now the bands of color those are actually stretched out Skittles. They're going horizontally instead of vertically. It's just going the other direction is all. And so again, you know, I could let me turn off the middle layer, and I could drop the opacity of that some if I wanted to. I could play with the blend mode of that if I wanted to. That's, you know, the possibilities are endless there. And then I could turn on that middle layer, and when you start playing with blend modes when they're mixed, you'll get very different results there as well. Maybe I'll put that on a screen blend mode. I could drop the opacity of any of these if you feel like, well, gosh, that's just overpowering. Then drop the opacity a little bit, and it kind of tones it down a little bit. And remember, I have a gradient in the background. You know, what if I didn't have a gradient in the background? What if I had just like a solid color in the background, like red or like white in the background? And with that screen blend mode, I'm not seeing much now. But you get the idea. You would be able to do all kinds of possible things by using the single row or single column marquee tool. That's part one of our demo today.